But I'm going to do Ash's spin on this. Ashley Garrett, shout out to you, man. So Ash asked us if you could have one album basically like narrated or sung by another artist. So you could have like, the music's the same, but it's the voice or whatever is changed up. What would that combination be? And you're on a desert island, you have it for 24 hours, you can listen to that version and you can listen to the normal version like 3 times. And then once you leave the island, that's it.
Have you right. Have you heard so right, I'm gonna preface this.
Go on.
There was one point in my life where I pretty much lived in Big Hands on Oxford Road.
Okay, interesting.
And there's like a guy who comes in and DJs there.
Is the guy with the dog? No, that's the owner. Sorry.
No. Maybe he's got a dog.
Right. Go on.
But he used to play some like amazing tunes. It wasn't like a typical DJ set. It would be like just basically pick and play a load of random tunes. And he played this album, which was William Shatner doing renditions of like Common People. There was loads of tunes, but I ended up like I heard it. I was like, this sounds amazing. What's this? So I went up to him. I was like, what is this? This is like the best thing I've ever heard. And he's like, oh, it's this William Shatner record. Like, got it out, and it's like some thing he'd like bought on vinyl yonks ago. But like William Shatner doing anything like to music is phenomenal. So
is it like? Is he like singing or is he like?
Yeah,
what's his
spoken word?
Spoken word, yeah. But in his like
hilarious.
Captain Kirk-esque persona.
Jeez.
I want to live like common people with like. I want to do whatever common people do. It's such a great.
Is it good?
It's amazing. Yeah.
Is it? Can you get it online or is it just?
It's on Spot. I think it's on Spotify. Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's loads of different songs as well.
Did he do just that one album? Or?
I think he's done quite a lot.
Has he?
Yeah. I mean, if you're William Shatner, you can do whatever you want.
Just reel him off, really, can't you?
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I used to like every time he put it on in the bar, I'd be like, "This is great. It's fantastic." Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that William Shatner doing
any what particular album?
I think something a bit punky, a bit grungy.
Okay.
Idols.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, like an Idols record.
Yeah. That would be really good, actually.
What's their most recent one? Ultra something.
I've not heard the new one yet. I need to.
But yeah, I think that'd be great. William Shatner doing Idols.
I like it.
That was not an answer I was expecting, man. I didn't even know William Shatner did this. This has opened up a whole.
It's great.
Another universe of stuff, man.
It's such a great collection of songs. Definitely worth checking out.
And how come you were like hanging out in Big Hands so much? Did you live nearby or something?
Yeah, I lived in Rusholme.
Oh yeah.
So it was like in the second year of uni, and it was on the way home.
The convenient truth.
Yeah. And it was like, you get to see familiar faces. Like you run into people in there. It's such a great place. Like the vibe of that place and Temple, which is its like sister bar, is amazing. Like it's a really cool place.
Mm-hmm. They have bands and stuff on. The early bands I've ever seen that have been exceptionally loud to the point where it's like.
Have you seen the harmonica guy?
No.
They're great. So like, there's this guy. They play there, and every now and again you'd like pop in. I think they were like a regular band there for a while.
Okay.
And I should really remember their name. But the lead guy, played harmonica, and had like small Hanukkahs. Small harmonicas. But then he had this one that was like huge, like I think it's like a chromatic.
Nice.
The tuned in keys.
Like literally that big.
Like, and you just like turn around. So this guy's. It was wicked. Like playing this like punky bluesy music.
Sick.
But yeah, it's horribly loud sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's great. Apparently they used to have like, a friend of mine told me that way back when,
Yeah.
any of the bands that play at the academies would do an after set at Big Hands,
Oh,
like
right.
acoustic sets.
That's cool.
Apparently, it was like amazing.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not sure what I mean.
Who knows
it's
what's
a
going to
pan-
happen?
You just dream about these things though now, like those one-off chance gigs that you might pop into, or like just those like. I'd never go to Big Hands with the intention of seeing music, but then there's this band playing who, you know, at the time you're like, oh, what's this? And then you get into it, and then it's amazing, and it's all these little experiences that are such a beautiful thing about live music that is being a little bit lost at the minute.
It's a bit dry at the moment.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
So this year, Nathan, what are your goals, your plans, Nathan?
Generally or musically?
Either or, man. You know, like what you like looking to achieve.
I really want to learn how to paint.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've started.
Like canvas painting.
Yeah.
Cool. What piqued that interest? Is that something you've had wanted to do for a while?
No, not at all.
No.
So like, it was around New Year, and I was just like on Instagram a lot, and I found these things like a lot of abstract painting. And then there's this YouTube channel of this guy painting this like 16th century portraits.
All right.
Like old-fashioned oil painting, you know, the portrait, like realistic portraiture.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so cool. And it was like getting to New Year's, I was like, might as well say that's a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
But then started like doing a little bit of painting. Like, it's so fun. It's like, I mean, the art is questionable.
Finger painting.
Yeah. Well, I was getting into like, I had this picture in my wall at my parents' house.
All right.
It's of like these 3 Mini Coopers, and I've had it for years. It's just one of them things that like I think it was like a B&M buy,
right?
And then it just lived on the wall. So we just took it down and we painted it over it, and just got loads of different paints and just made a mess basically.
Nice.
It looks all right, you know.
What did you paint?
I basically took what they called like a squeegee. You see them like
like for windows.
They're like a window one.
Yeah.
And I bought like some blue paint, some black paint, some dark green paint, and I just tipped it all on, just sort of went like that, and then did like quite a few layers of that, and then there's this Scottish artist that I really like. I think it's called like Aran.
Okay.
Rahian. I'm probably saying that really wrong. And
do you know how you spell it?
It's like AARAN.
Go on, pull that up on the old screen, chaps.
I think he's pretty. Like some of it, I love it. I think it looks amazing. But
what sort of style of painting?
Have you ever seen like? He gets these amazing textures out of like the canvas. So it's like you look at it and you think, oh, it's just a withered red canvas.
Right.
But then you think, like, how has he actually made that?
Right.
Like, so it looks like an old book or something. And like some of the paintings are a little bit more abstract, like chalk and these like ebon. And, it looks like one colour, but it's actually like ebon and flowing in colours. It's really like sensory, like really cool to look at.
Okay.
Which I think I really like about a lot of abstract stuff. It's like maybe there's a purpose, but maybe it's just nice to look at.
Yeah.
And like there's no reason behind it.
Yeah, I think like sometimes it doesn't need to be a reason. You pull your own interpretation. It's the same with music, isn't it? You know, like when we were talking about lyrics and stuff with Ash last week, and just talking about like, because I always ask people about like the lyric writing process, but just like talk about like how just using the sonics and stuff and the words form, isn't? And then you just pull your own meaning out of it. It's the same with any art form, man.
So I've got the devil talking to me, man. You guys aren't hearing this. Oh, okay, so
I once did a gig with James.
Yeah.
We worked on a gig at the Barbican, and we were on comms. I don't know if you remember this, whether you could hear it as well, but there was a guy doing the cameras who was filming the gig.
All right.
It was a pretty cool gig, I was at the front of house doing some score reading. Just reading some scores. Just like cueing some stuff for the film crew and for the sound team.
Oh, nice.
And the guy from the film crew was like, the whole way through the gig was just sort of like, oh, have you tried that place around the corner? It's like, it's really great. They do some nice fish. It's like all this. I was like, oh, 'cause I had 2 channels on, so I'd like, mic's not working. What's going on, Mike? And then just all this guy going, yeah, great fish, man. It's like cod steak. It was great. So it's like all of these voices in my head.
They have their own channel as well.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing live gigs as big as that, like they have different communication channels so that everyone can talk to their own department. But he was just broadcasted to everyone.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
Such a cool guy. Like I spent some time with him before the gig, and he just like going over some stuff for cues, like what to look out for. And he was a really lovely guy. Like after the gig, there was this party after. He bought me a drink. Like we spent a lot of time chatting. But during the gig, it was just like my head was everywhere because it's like, right, if I miss this cue, then there's no sax solo.
Yeah.
And the conductor's going to kill me. And, you know, listening back to it, it's going to be a nightmare if I miss this. I'm like on edge. But then, yeah, and then hear him talk about his fish.
That's hilarious.
Endlessly, like for the whole gig. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, camera 3. Okay, great. Yeah, so the chips are nice as well.
How long was the concert then?
I think it was 2 halves. I think
Right,
it was like,
so it's fairly.
or maybe it was
chunky.
just once through like an hour and a half.
Still though, talk about chips or fish or
Yeah.
whatever.
And there was a lot of acts. So like the majority of my thing was like, who's coming on next?
Right.
So then you know like which mics are going to be next. It's like, oh, there's 4 people now. It's like, oh crap, there needs to be 4 mics.
Right.
And then it's like, yeah, cod. And then it's like, sorry, what was that? Because like 2 people talking over. You're like, 4, 5 and chips.
Who was the guy talking to, like, specifically?
When
he was banging on about the fish.
I don't remember his name. It's like,
I think it was for his team. Like,
yeah, it was basically there was like, so it was the garage classical thing, and it was like, so
right,
the guy who was like the face of it, Spoony, DJ Spoony, who's a lovely guy. He had hired this like film crew to film it off his own back. I think it's like for whatever reason, and yeah, it's just one of his like friends or people he'd met, someone like that, and like great guy, but yeah, it's such a weird experience. But yeah, the voices were just like in my head for hours. Yeah, it's such a weird experience.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast to catch up on new episodes every week. Also, check us out on our Facebook and Instagram at RecRooms, where you can find out about our other exciting music series. We also have this and all our other episodes of the podcast up on our RecRooms YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. See you next time.